My pranam to all of you. 23rd January, we mark the birthday of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. He is an inspiration for generations. He has a great, intense relation with Ramakrishna mission. He was always inspired by Swami Vivekananda. Today, we will read a few quotes of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose and also how he respected Swamiji and how he formed his ideas on the basis of Swamiji's vision of New India. We will see to that. First, we will read few quotes of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. It does not matter who among us will live to see India free. It is enough that India shall be free and that we shall give our all to make her free. We should have but one desire today, the desire to die so that India may live. The blend strength and spirit, Vivekananda and Bose. Two personalities born 34 years apart, on the same land of revolutionaries, both having an English education and proved their mettle thereto, being conferred with silken convocations, gowns of Western philosophies, hailing from families where they had all, material and spiritual, yet in order to know, to understand, to imbibe the spirit of Bharata, renounces the cross. While one was a soldier in the robes of a sannyasi, the other was sannyasi in the attire of a soldier. The perfect amalgamation of strength and spirit were these two embodiments of idea called Bharata, Swami Vivekananda and Netaji Bose. This is an article, the blend spirit and spirit, the blend strength and spirit, Vivekananda and Bose. The longest night seems to be passing away. The sorest trouble seems to be coming to an end at last. The seeming corpse appears to be awakening, and a voice is coming to us, away back where history and even tradition fails to peep into the gloom of the past, coming down from there, reflected as it were from peak to the peak of the infinite Himalaya of knowledge and of love and of work, India, this motherland of ours. A voice is coming unto us, gentle, firm, and yet unmistakable in its utterances, and is gaining volume as days pass by, and behold, the sleeper is awakening. Like a breeze from the Himalayas, it is bringing life into the almost dead bones and muscles. The lethargy is passing away, and only the blind cannot see, or the perverted will not see, that she is awakening, this motherland of ours, from her deep, long sleep. None can desist her anymore, never is she going to sleep anymore. No outward powers can hold her back anymore, for the infinite giant is rising to her feet. These words from Swamiji were like a thunder amidst the prevailing obscurity on this part of the globe, and incidentally, this was spoken on 25th January 1897, just a couple of days after the Netaji was born. Now, the intense relation that Netaji had with Ramakrishna mission. Netaji too had a great admiration towards the Ramakrishna Vivekananda order. He said, "It is under the Ramakrishna and Vivekananda sacrifice that my life first got awakened. Like a Nivedita, I also regard Ramakrishna and Vivekananda as two aspects of one indivisible personality. Like Nivedita, I also regard Ramakrishna and Vivekananda as two important personalities. If Swamiji had been alive today, he would have been my guru, That is to say, I would have accepted him as my master. It is needless to add, however, that as long as I live, I shall be absolutely loyal and devoted to Ramakrishna Vivekananda. Netaji loved to describe himself as a spiritual son, Manas Putra of Swamiji. With Vivekananda, religion was the inspirer of nationalism. He tried to infuse into the new generation a sense of pride in India's past, of faith in India's future, and a spirit of self-confidence and self-respect. Though the Swami never gave any political message, everyone who came into contact with him or his writings developed a spirit of patriotism and a political mentality. So far, at least as Bengal is concerned, Swami Vivekananda may be regarded as the spiritual father of the modern nationalist movement. He died very young in 1902, but since his death his influence has been even greater. Swamiji said, "My faith is in the younger generation, the modern generation. Out of them will come my workers. They will work out the whole problem like lions. I have formulated the idea and have given my life to it. If I do not achieve success, some better one will come after me to work it out, and I shall be content to struggle." Subhas happened to be just one of many examples who, taking the cue from this monk, quivered his era. Swamiji was a full-blooded masculine personality and a fighter to the core of his being. He was a worshipper of Shakti and gave a practical interpretation to the Vedanta for the upliftment of his countrymen. He wanted men with capital M, the muscles of iron and nerves of steel, inside which dwells mind of the same material as that of which the thunderbolt is made. Subhas Babu completely fitted in this mode: the courage of a general, devotion of bhakta, and the renunciation of an ascetic. Both these men were proud of India's past, but were not blind to the ills that crept into the society. Netaji was overwhelmed by the success of socialism in Soviet Russia in solving the problems of poverty, illiteracy, and backwardness, but he did not like the dogmatic approach of the Soviet system, which treated man as a machine. But he, like Swami Vivekananda, believed that every human being is a manifestation of Brahman, the supreme soul. We have seen how Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose was tremendously influenced by Swamiji. Swami Vivekananda, the patriot, the freedom struggle of India, is discussed, highlighting the extent that the freedom fighters of all hues got directly or indirectly inspired from Swami Vivekananda's Swamiji's patriotism, the humanism-centric spirituality with love for the country and deep feelings for its poor and downtrodden. Until the British conquest, India was never a politically united nation, and it was only spirituality which unified the nation. It was from Swamiji's life and work that actually motivated the metamorphosis of the Indian National Congress under Lal Bal Pal initiating the Swadeshi movement. His spiritual daughter, Sister Nivedita, in making a paradigm shift of such movement besides spreading it throughout India. Jatin the tiger-like and other revolutionaries making supreme sacrifice to wake up the nation. Gandhiji's Satyagraha and Salt March with non-violence and non-cooperation making mass upsurge. Maulana Azad and others to fight for Hindu-Muslim unity, despite the rulers' efforts to accentuate divide for perpetuating power. Netaji Subhas Chandra forming the Indian National Army and thereby ushering in a revolt-like situation in the military along with mass upsurge, and thereby compelling the war-torn British to hand over power. Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose also visited few centers of the Ramakrishna mission at that time. In one of those centers, I will like to read what he said. Netaji Subhas Bose is saying, I visited the Ramakrishna mission students' home a few days ago and was exceedingly pleased with what I saw. Hostels of this kind are a crying necessity in a place like Calcutta. This institution deserves well of the Calcutta University and in fact all who are interested in the welfare of the students. The fact that a serious attempt is made here to impart moral and religious instruction, as also to make students live a good and pure life, is a further reason why I am interested in the success of this institution. That are the teachings we get on this auspicious day. Netaji Subhas Bose also says, if Swamiji had been alive, I would have been at his feet. He would have been my guru. This amount of respect he had for Swami Vivekananda. আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেলটি সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আরো ভিডিওস পেতে।